Good morning and welcome back to Universal Studios Hollywood. Today I'm joined with Dustin from Theme Park Shark. We're going to be checking out everything that's new over here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Of course, we just went through Hurricane Hilary and we're going to take a look at the aftermath. I believe it wasn't a hurricane by the time it reached LA. It was just a tropical storm and pretty heavy rain, but we'll still take a look at everything. We'll look at the damage. I'm sure there's none.
When I was on the road, I saw a bunch of like debris and like tree stuff. So like I don't think there'll be anything in here, but like I did see like debris on the road and stuff. But I have a feeling it'll be pretty clear in here.
All right, well, let's get rolling. Let's do it. Over here in City Walk, Production Central has closed, and it seems like they're gonna be bringing back all the Horror Nights merch over here in this location. Although over in City Walk, you could still find a ton of Jurassic 30th anniversary merchandise. We could actually go take a look at that real quick before heading into the park. They still have a lot of those Jeff Goldblum plushies. I thought these would sell out super fast just based on what it is. This is actually the first time I've ever seen like a Jeff Goldblum plushie. But they do have a fair share of merchandise left off. They still have a couple of shirts on these racks. They're getting ready for all the Horror Nights merch. So they're trying to get rid of all of these t-shirts, all of this merchandise before the Horror Nights merch comes in, because that really takes the spotlight. I love these jean jackets though. I have so many of these now from the Universal Park. I have one that says Universal Studios Hollywood in the back with the iconic neon sign. Obviously that's sold out like that. I'm wondering if they'll ever bring that back. But that Jurassic Park Spirit jersey is gone completely. It was a really nice red Spirit jersey, but they don't have it anymore. I can take a look inside of the theme park and see if they have it in the theme park. All right, just made it into the studio store inside of the park, and they actually do have that Spirit jersey in stock. Could find it right over here. I'm not sure how long it's going to be here for. They might relocate it to another store because they're going to put up some Horror Nights merch very, very soon. But for now, it is still here for $80 before your annual pass discount. And it looks like they have every size up to extra, extra large. But still no new Horror Nights merchandise. I think they're just gonna stretch it out, wait until they have everything ready, and then set up a big Horror Nights display over there in the front. The main question is, when are they gonna bring it out? I would say probably by next week. Next week sounds reasonable. It's August 21st right now, so we're getting very close to Horror Nights. And here's today's outfit of the day. I'm repping Felix today. I got this from the Universe store you could find in City Walk. It's pretty good. There's no graphic in the back, although I love the graphics on the sleeves here. It's so nice. Right above Hollywood and Dine, they're setting up those elaborate lighting rigs. This entire area is going to be transformed into Chuckys BBQ. They announced that they're going to be bringing some fan favorites like pulled pork, mac and cheese, and Nashville hot chicken popcorn chicken. So I'm excited to try all of that new food. Of course, they'll switch out these banners as well. They also switched out the light bulbs over here on Hollywood Street. For Horror Nights, they usually put in some red, darker light bulbs. It definitely sets the tone, especially at nighttime, to this eerie, spooky vibe. I want to talk a little about the park hours right now, because the park closes at 7 p.m. today, which is very, very strange. The park is relatively busy. I would say there's about over 15,000 people in the park. Probably a little higher than that. Mario Kart is 90 minutes. The entire lower lot is about 30 minutes. Upper lot, the average wait time is 20 minutes. So it is slightly busier, and it doesn't make sense for the park to close as early as 7 p.m. I hope they change those wait times. Maybe they're doing some Horror Night testing tonight. But hopefully after the event is done, they start switching up their park hours, because the park isn't as empty as it used to be. So the plaza is no longer accessible if you haven't watched the last update, but they still do have a lot of these Horror Night props and little booths under wraps right now. They're all covered up because of the tropical rain we had yesterday. It was very heavy rain, and a potential hurricane that we almost had yesterday. So obviously they had to cover everything up just so it doesn't get damaged from the rain. I wonder how everything is doing inside of the haunted houses though. I'm assuming we'll see some more work on these little props and booths probably by tomorrow. So stay tuned for tomorrow's update. We'll probably have a pretty hefty change inside of the theme parks. I wanted to walk towards the Monstrous haunted house right now because it looks like they did remove the covers on top of the owl. Maybe they're testing to see if it worked after all that rain. Oh, you know what? It is still covered up. It didn't look covered up from back there, but it is still covered up. It doesn't look like they've worked on anything Horror Nights related quite yet. You can see everything is still wet. I hope nothing is damaged inside of the haunted house itself. I'd imagine these little plywoods would warp a little bit because of how hard it rained yesterday. It doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look like anything really got damaged here. Then again, it is still wet, but we'll see what happens. Over here at Minion Cafe, they switched up all the vinyls on the windows to the normal Halloween display that they set up outside of Minion Cafe. I'm really curious to see if they'll bring back that iconic gargoyle that they put over here that says Minion Cafe this way. Probably not. But I love it. I love it. Hopefully we can get some Halloween tastings over here at Minion Cafe. No comment by the park quite yet, but I'll keep you guys updated. Over here in the Mumias Scare Zone, still nothing new. Doesn't look like anything was really damaged. I'm not too sure about the electrical though. Everything was exposed to the rain, so that's a little concerning. But look, Bride and Frank are out right now. That's so nice. Here's a look on to Fastcoaster. Obviously not much of an update, but I just wanted to see what it looks like right now because of the rain. Looks like there might have been like a small mudslide because of these ginormous piles of dirt. Obviously not much of a setback. They still have to wait for the soil to dry up so they can continue work onto the project. So that's why we don't see any active construction today. Usually they're doing construction Monday through Friday, sometimes Sunday. But they've removed a ton of the trees over here since the last time we were here. A lot of these trees. These were already gone. These trees are recently, or have been recently cut down. I want to say we're going to start seeing some more vertical work probably by next month. As soon as they pour in some foundation and as soon as they knock down this little wall, I don't know what that is, but as soon as they knock that down and as soon as everything is cleared up here, they can start pouring in some foundation, put in some rebar into the ground, and they'll have some stability to go vertical. So hopefully if we don't see any more rain, I do see a lot of clouds, but that might just be going the opposite direction. We'll start seeing some vertical work by September or October. So everyone always asks me what my future goals are, my future endeavors, my career. What do I want to do when I grow up? And ever since I was maybe 14, maybe 13, 14 years old, when I first started coming to the event, I always wanted to build a haunted house of my own. So I think when I was 14 years old, I built my very first haunted house at home. And it was kind of inspired over like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I called it Otto's Barbecue, and I made that with my good friend Frank. If he's watching, hi Frank. Anyways, in the future, I want to do what John Murdy does. I want to write haunted houses. I want to design haunted houses. That's my goal. That's my dream. And if that doesn't happen, that's all right. I know it's pretty difficult to get to that position, but I might even look into starting my own haunted event. But instead of it being only around the Halloween season, I'm thinking of a whole year-round haunted house experience, where it's not just one haunted house, maybe 2, 3, 4 haunted houses, and every Friday, Saturday, maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday, if you're bored with your friends, you could visit this little haunted attraction. Maybe I'll open a bar with the haunted houses. I don't know. Regardless, it'll be really cool. But I'm really, really passionate about my dream. So in case I don't become a creative director here at Universal, every month I just put $100 on the side. And maybe by 2027, I'll have enough funding to kickstart this haunted house. Or maybe I'll make like a Kickstarter haunted house, and then leading up to the event, it'll generate funds to establish this event. But if you really think about it, is no year-round haunted attraction over here in LA. There's escape rooms, but there's no like full-blown haunted house event you could visit year-round.
So honestly, I mean, everything GP's telling you guys, like, I kind of really hope it happens, because I've been a scare actor in the houses that JP builds, and not only is that fun for me, so I don't feel like a year-round scare actor like JP's on, like, that'd be fun, but, like, JP's just so good at set design. I feel like even storytelling, like, he really makes sure that, like, every room, like, everything, like, kind of has a purpose, and, like, that it follows a good flow. So I just think, like, JP in himself is really talented at, like, what he does in terms of, like, the houses and stuff. So whether he ends up having, like, a job here one day or actually doing this, like, year-round haunt, I'm excited either way. But hopefully, like, honestly, I kind of want the year-round haunt. So maybe one day, like, I think that'd be really cool.
And with that being said, we're presented with a very sad sight. If you watched the most recent update, you know about this. But what I'm showing you right now is the former location of the Universal City sign. This has been a part of Universal City since the beginning. We have so many photos and videos with this Universal sign. It's almost hard to believe it's gone. And I really hope, I really hope that somewhere off-site they're somehow preserving this Universal City sign. And maybe in the future, when this roller coaster is done, they can bring it back.
So I was doing some research online just now, and we found video from the 1960s of that Universal City sign. It doesn't look like this exact location. I don't believe that's here by any means. So it must have been relocated here at some point. But check it out. This is footage, quite literally, from the 1960s of that Universal City sign. I'm assuming it had to be. It looks like the exact same sign. So a very iconic, a very historic sign. So hopefully, it almost feels like a landmark. It feels like a national, like, treasure almost. So hopefully it'll just be, once again, moved to another more permanent spot that it'll live forever and ever. So I wouldn't like to see that gone forever for sure.
They were so quiet about its removal. I wish they announced it.
Yeah, they were quiet about it, and I'm hoping that they were quiet about it because they know there are just different plans for it. Like, we're going to just put it somewhere else, so it's not like that big of a deal. So that's why I'm hoping they were quiet about it versus them being quiet about it because they didn't want everybody being like, no, don't remove it. So hopefully they were quiet about it just because there is a plan to relocate it, but we'll see. We'll see.
To talk a little bit of the crowds, it's so weird that it's this busy today. Normally when the park closes at 7, that's a good indication that it's not going to be that busy. They usually move their park hours around just depending on how busy the park is. But everyone had the memo to come today. I mean, the weather is beautiful. I don't blame them. All right, now looking down at The Last of Us. So excited for this one now. I think it went up on my hype list after watching the show. The show isn't that scary, but from what I've heard from you guys, the game is much scarier. The show honestly doesn't focus on the clickers that much. There are some scenes with clickers, but nothing substantial, nothing that I expected. It was a lot of talking, a lot of drama, but I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm probably not gonna have the chance to play the video game because I don't have PS4, I don't have PS5, but if it is available on Steam, I'll consider it. But it does seem like a pretty expensive video game. But I am so excited to see how they pull off this haunted house. There is a lot of open space from what I've noticed in between the show and the gameplay. I've watched a little bit of the gameplay and those little like moments, and there's really no like scene I could see them do inside of the haunted house. It's just a lot of open space. Maybe they can take you into the QZ Mall, maybe some rooms in the Fedra quarantine area. Outside of that, I don't know. I'm just really excited to see how they pull this off. Dustin, have you watched The Last of Us? Have you heard anything about it? No comment?
No major comment from me, unfortunately. I won't be able to give you my expert analysis. But if we want to talk about the Universal City sign again, we can do that.
No, it's okay. We'll save that for tomorrow's update.
Sounds good.
Okay, guys, I want to give a quick shout out to Raz, my good friend Raz, Chef Raz, if I may. He just got me this awesome AMC Pin. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I go to the movie theaters a lot, an unhealthy amount. And every time I see a movie, it's almost a tradition for me to post Nicole Kidman's beautiful speech about AMC theaters. And this has grown so much. People are dressing up like Nicole Kidman, going to AMC theaters. People are going all over TikTok talking about Nicole Kidman. And apparently they're developing a part 2 the Nicole Kidman's trailer. So I'm so excited, but thank you, Chef Raz, for this amazing pin. I am so happy right now. And if you guys want to check me out on Instagram, follow me at jpland21. I do a lot of movie reviews and just basically everything on Instagram. I post a lot of real-time updates. So we came over to City Walk to our favorite lunch/dinner spot with Sabi, and we always end up getting, well, we as in me, this is Dustin's first time here actually. I always get the garlic steak, so good. It comes with miso soup, rice, and the steak itself, which is so good. I'll show you guys when it comes out, but what do you think so far?
The miso soup is really good. JP and I have had an obsession with like Korean barbecue, Japanese barbecue, all that kind of stuff. So if I can come here and have like some good steak, like I'm down. So this is my first time. JP's been talking up. He told me it's amazing. So I'm excited so far. Miso soup, A+.
It's very flavorful.
Yes, it is.
Well, Dustin dove right in.
Let's go right in.
But here's what it looks like. It's so good. And that's probably where we're gonna end the video. Kind of an interesting spot to end it, right?
As I do some soy dowsing.
Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you tomorrow.